Welcome back to another video, and in this session you join us at the RH Fisheries complex down in Shropshire.
And in this session we will be fishing the Avenue Lake, which is a sought after syndicate lake. However, recently RH Fisheries have built a deluxe fishing cabin that's bookable to the public.
Absolutely buzzing to get started. Any session that you do book on at the Avenue will start here at the Monument complex, where you'll pick up any bait and that you're going to need and then head over to the Avenue.
So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to load the van with some bait, ready for the duration of this session.
But what Pete isn't telling you is whilst I was at a wedding yesterday, he snuck down here early, managed to get some footage of the venue with his missus and sneak some rods in last night, and something very special happened.
Yeah, I did get here mid-afternoon yesterday to take full advantage of the facilities. Something special did happen, and when I say a new PB, English and French, I mean new PB, so yeah. But I'll touch on that a bit later on. But now we're going to go and get our bait and get down to the lake. Which fish do you want then?
The Dazzler, I think.
The Dazzler?
Got my name on it.
Tell you what, Liam, that's an absolute unit.
Which one's that?
That one there, that leopard. Leopard
yeah.
common.
I wonder why you've zoomed in on that one. It's a single scale, to be fair.
And these could be 60.
Which one's that? Oh, the top. Or is that one of the ones that ain't confirmed yet, but every chance?
Yeah, any day could be 60. Never know. Put your name on it.
I hope so.
What do you reckon?
This'll do, won't it? It beats the bivvy, put it that way.
Yeah, it's nice, ain't it?
Could get used to this. This might ruin us now, though. This might.
Never want to be in a bivvy again.
Hey, we're going to go back to the T3 in the frontier after this.
It's incredible, ain't it? It's the view.
Just sit out here later. And that sun goes down, it gets a bit cold, you can still sit here and watch the lake.
I know, it's stunning, mate. But we'll go through more of the amenities.
Yeah.
I bet you want to get a rod out, don't you?
Definitely, mate.
All right, then let's get your rods out ready and then see if we can get some more monsters.
Sorted. The rods are all set up now. I've tied a couple of rigs up, ready to go. I've knocked up a little mix. The next job is to get out on the lake. Bob's just arrived, we're going to get the boat. We're going to go out there and bait up the spots. The beauty of booking the lodge is that any bait that you've bought from Monument, you can come down, and on the first day they'll take you out in the boat and let you spread it over any of the spots that you are fishing. So we're going to take full advantage of that now, get a good bed of bait down, because the fish in here absolutely love to munch. So that is the next job. We're going to get that done, and then I can finally get a rod out in the lake.
So that's all the spots baited, using the boat, very accurate, very confident. Rigs are ready, just going to attach them onto the rods now. We're all wrapped up and ready to go. I'm hoping to have a repeat of last night and get another chunk, because one more fish at a venue like this, that size, my trip is made. So yeah, we've got a few more nights to go yet, so anything can happen. But yeah, let's get these baits out onto them spots and see what magic we can work.
So the first rod going out then, a little fluoro D-rig with a yellow wafter. Put quite a bit of maize out in the mix. We just want to match that. That will do, lovely. What I am doing is attaching a little PVA nugget, just a golf ball sized nugget of pellets. Just because if there is a little bit of low-lying weed out there, it'll help present the bait better. It's also a nice mouthful of bait for these carp. And that is 2 rods out on the money.
I'm going to keep mine fairly simple and the same as yesterday. I'm straight through, match the hatch dumbbell wafter. Hopefully it does the fish again. But yeah, I'm going to get them both out on the spot now. The weather is absolutely scorching at the moment, so literally going to take up refuge on that beautiful outside furniture and watch the lake throughout this afternoon. So I think it's about time I told you about that something special that happened yesterday, or should I say last night. Like Liam said, I did manage to get out here a bit earlier than him. Obviously he was away on social duties. Headed down to the lake, Bob let me in, showed me around, and before he went he did me a solid favour and we went out in the boat and I managed to put some bait down on the 17.5 wraps, the marker straight out in front. And then when we got back, literally wrapped up a rod, put it onto the marker, and then I put one down the left because we did see a few fish out there on the boat. And that was it really. I thought, right, that's it. Got to jump in the cabin, enjoy the night with the missus, cook some food. We had some lovely steaks, sat outside in the sun, ate, and then we jumped back in the cabin and we watched some movies on the sofa, literally home from home. Forgot I was fishing at one point, but that was until about 12:30 when I was in bed and I was just dropping off to sleep. And then I had about a consecutive 10 beeps. And I knew something was happening. I didn't know if it was going to be a fish or an aborted take, but something was happening. So I jumped into the Crocs, headed down out the peg, got to my bobbin, and it was slammed up against the alarm and it hadn't moved. So I was quite confident something was on. And as I bent down to hit into it, it started to rip off line. So yeah, that was me, 12:30, playing into this fish. And straight away I could tell it was going to be a big fish by the weight. It was just plodding along, holding its own. But I got it close in, and the head torch was on it, and I could just see the silhouette of an absolute unit. And it started to do a backwards roll here and there, and it, you know, knees was going already, got the shakes, but managed to get the net under it. Once it was in the net and I took a look, I realised then, you know, I thought that is a big fish. That is like, in my head I was like, that's a solid 40, like late 40s easy. So anyway, I woke the missus up and said, right, I'm going to need your help here. So we weighed it, and it come in at 53 pounds. I'll slip that in now and have a look at this absolute unit. Also, when I was holding this fish, I knew it was definitely going to be named, and it was known as the leopard common, and it's absolutely stunning colours throughout. My UK PB was 48 pounds, my French PB was 52 pounds, and I've just caught the leopard common at 53 pounds, so that's my English PB and my French PB smashed. First night, success. Look at that, absolutely stunning. Give it a moment to rest. Oh, don't think he wants to bite around. Didn't need a rest. Over the moon, get in. We're into the second day now, it's about 2 o'clock. The sun's still scorching. Who knows what's going to happen tonight, but yeah, I am so relaxed right now. I'm ready for a night of madness.
So whilst the cabin is in use, as I just said, the left-hand peg and the peg to the right-hand side are both locked off, giving the anglers in the cabin optimum space to fish, 4 rods between them. And like I say, I've took a wander down here and they are stacked up, all on the surface, so I don't think they've got any interest in feeding just yet. But they've followed this wind into this corner, and just the thought that one of them fish out there swimming over right directly over my rig now could be a mid-60 has got me absolutely in my pants. So we're just coming into the evening now. The sun's starting to set on the horizon behind the cabin. Starting to see less fish cruising on the surface now, and there is a couple that are rolling out on the bar just beyond where we can fish. So hopefully that's a sign that they're starting to get their heads down and have a bit of a feed. But tomorrow we're going to do a proper walkthrough of the cabin, show you everything that's on offer, everything that's there for you to use if you do book on. But for now, I think we're just going to get some chicken in the oven. I think it's chicken wraps on the menu tonight. Looking forward to that. Hopefully once we've had a bit of grub, the fish want a bit of grub as well.
So it definitely is chicken wraps on the menu tonight. Looking forward to these. Been quite hungry all day. Gonna season them with a bit of peri mayonnaise. Nice clean oven, first people to use it, lovely. Bon appetit.
For our occasion, Pete cooks for us.
He always cooks for me now. Yeah.
Every day.
I don't feel love now.
You shouldn't.
Mix it up if we don't catch. I will anyway. Different rigs and
Just put some garlic bread on the end.
that's it, yeah.
I mean, yeah, if I was a fish and you put garlic bread on the end, I'll be on the bank every day. We got the right weather for it, didn't we? This week.
Couldn't have picked any better, really.
And here we have a wild mammal so far away from his natural habitat, he's very confused. Better get you some paracetamol.
My life every day, isn't it, mate? Drop a little ice or something.
So we're creeping up at 8 PM on the first official night fishing together.
The fishing together, yeah.
Yeah. But the fish out there are really active, aren't they?
Yeah, I think there's some sort of fly hatch going on out in front of us because they are absolutely smashing something out there.
Rolling, taking off the top.
Yeah, there's plenty of bait out there, so if they do get their heads down once they've finished munching on whatever it is that they're munching on the surface at the minute, I think we're definitely in prime positions to, you in particular, I think out in the open water. There's been a bit of activity to the left where I am, but nowhere near as much as there is out directly in front of us.
We're in the right place, it's definitely the right peg to be in.
The signs are really good, definitely, hopefully. Like Pete said, once that sun goes down and they move off the surface, I think they might get their heads down and get onto that bait that's been put out there. Camera away, max chill time, I think.
Definitely, it's absolutely stunning here and just want to take it all in. So we're coming up to, what time is it?
About 9:30, I would estimate. Hang on. 1 second. 20 past 9.
20 past 9. Liam's just out on the Lord's Manor watching the rods. Well, that advert's gone really loud.
Rude interruption.
So yeah, Liam's just out there on the Lord's Manor watching the peg, hoping for a run. And we've just come in here to put Hunger Games on, finish off what we started yesterday.
Amazing. Got
Yeah.
a view of the lake and got a good film on.
Yeah. You've been working from home? Well, technically. working
Home from home. I've been working from the lodge, looking over the lake at the same time.
Yeah,
It's
been
been
enjoying
wonderful. Yeah,
it? Yeah.
it's been great.
All right, let's watch this film then, and hopefully we'll see you through the night with the fish, or we'll see you in the morning.
Let's do it.
Morning update time for you then. Me and Pete have been sat out here since about 6 o'clock this morning with a cup of tea, looking over the lake. The sun's up in the sky again already, but unfortunately with that, it has spurred the fish into spawning. So we gave Harry a call this morning just to let him know. Rob's done a lap of the lake and he's decided, as any good fishery owner would, to close it.
I've been here a couple of days now, managed to get that £53 common. So it's been an unreal session at the moment as it is. A couple of days been amazing.
Oh, it has. It's been like I've been here less than 24 hours, but it's incredible here.
Can't wait to get back here.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely, yeah.
Finish the week off.
Well, we sat here last night, lads, didn't we? And we thought, I said to you, this is unusual behaviour for here, didn't I?
Yeah, there was one show just on the island at the back, and Rob did say that looked like a bit of a spawny show. That.
But then you think 29th of April, surely not.
Yeah.
But I went to bed thinking it could be, and obviously woke up to the news that they were going crazy this morning. I mean, to think it's the 29th of April, the weather for the next 3 days is so hot and so consistent. The water temperature's 18, the oxygen levels are at an optimum level, so it's perfect for spawning. But for the UK, 29th of April, I think this is the earliest I've ever known. And I've just said to the lads as we've shut the lake, in 4 days' time, it'll only just be May, and then they'll finish spawning.
It's crazy when you think about it, but
the good news is you're going to come back in June to finish the film.
We're going to come back at some point in June. We'll get the last 5 days or so of the session in, and with a bit of luck, we can put a few more monsters on the bank to go with Pete's.
See you in June, boys.
Conditions are definitely looking a bit different to what we had the first time around.
As far as we're concerned, it's not very nice, but for the fish, I think it's absolutely perfect.
I mean, looks like a wet session, but hopefully a productive one.
Yeah, we can get this show on the road. Oh. So as you're aware, we were here about 5 or 6 weeks ago, and unfortunately we got spawned off, but we're now back.
It is June.
Yeah.
Long awaited day.
Yeah.
Been excited for this, haven't we?
I have been, yeah. I didn't sleep last night, to be honest with you. I was so excited to get back there now.
I think we might be in for a few chunks.
I hope so, mate.
Got the perfect conditions like we were just talking about.
Yeah.
But like we said last time, we promised you a little bit of a tour of the cabin, but we didn't get a chance, obviously, because the session got so spawned off. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take you around the cabin, and you can see what sort of stuff to expect if you do book.
So we'll open the door up, massive door overlooking the lake. You come into a big open plan kitchen, dining and living area. In the kitchen you've got everything you need, all your home comforts, integrated cooker, a microwave, toaster, kettle, everything you need all there. The hobs run on gas. And you come into the bedrooms. Both bedrooms are set out exactly the same. You've got a king size bed, a little television on the wall, again a French door looking out straight over the lake, so if you are lucky enough to get a bite through the night you can be straight on your rods. And then into the bathroom, again everything you need in here, a shower which I can promise you is an absolute power shower, toilet, wash basin, again everything you need. The bedroom the other side will show you, but it's exactly the same layout as this. You've got a big television on the wall so you can sit down on the sofa looking over the lake and watching your favourite channels on the television. You've got bar stools here, a seating area which seats 4 people to have your dinner. Into the second bedroom. Like I say, exactly the same layout, king size bed, television on the wall, the exact same spec in this bathroom, and again the door that goes straight out over to the lake. You've got your central heating for the colder months, all operated by this box on the wall. There's radiators scattered out throughout the cabin. And then just in the back here, you've got a little room that's separate. And another door. And in here, you've got a chest freezer where you can keep all of your baits separate to your food in the main fridge freezer in the kitchen. Outside, you've got a lovely big patio area with some outdoor seating. But alternatively, when the weather's like it is today, you've got a sofa that looks out over the lake. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing now.
So that's the tour of the luxury cabin done. We're going to pop back to the van now, get our stuff, get sorted in our rooms, knock up a mix and start to get the rods out. Yeah, excited to get this session underway.
So it's finally time now to get into the actual fishing side. We popped down to Monument this morning like we did last time just to pick up some bait. This session we're going to start heavy. We're going with 5 kilo of the wicked tuna, 5 kilo of the Simply Red, 5 kilo of pellets. There's 3 kilo of party blend down there and 3 kilo of just maize. The lot's going to go into the bucket. We're going to get it ready for when Rob comes back. The fish are post spawning now, so they're going to be well up for a munch. Get all this in, get it out on the lake when Rob comes back using the boat, and hopefully get some monsters.
So that's all the bait out. We went out on the boat with Rob and we've emptied that bucket on all 3 areas where we're fishing. Just about to wrap up my rods to the marker, which is 17.5 wraps if you are in the right swim. So I'm going to do that now, get a hook link on and get it out on that spot, because fingers crossed they've been hungry and they've been looking for some food, and hopefully get one nice and early.
Right, then this is my first rod of the session going out now. I can't tell you how excited I am. The poles have already been knocking. This is the left-hand rod now, just going out onto the marker. This one's a D-rig using coated braid and just a nugget of cold compressed pellets.
So the rod's been out about maybe an hour, maybe just over. And we've got our first bite of the revisit. Oh, it's come off. Oh, no, that's not what you want. Literally just felt it bump. Let's get it wrapped up and get it back on that spot. Good signs, although gutted to have just lost that one. Wrapped it back up at 17.5 wraps, got it back out exactly where it was. Same sort of rig, I've just shortened it a little bit. Fluoro D rig with a match-the-hatch dumbbell wafter. And yeah, just got to hope that they didn't disturb the spot too much and they're still there and it's not long before it goes again.
Oh yeah, that's going to kill him, that is. The first fish on his rods, I've landed it. So that clutch is pretty tight and it's stripping the line. Yeah, it's a good fish, that is. Hey!
It's got very unusual scaling at the back end, look.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's lovely.
Trees, they call it trees.
Trees.
It's got a barbel that splits into 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, they call it trees.
That's beautiful.
Normally about 40.
Spot on. Pete had to nip away with his missus for a hospital appointment. One of his rods went off. Rob kindly sat down here to give us more of a chance. Brand new rods for Pete, and I've managed to christen them. If we can get her up.
These brand new Kaizen rods.
Sorry, Pete.
You can tell him they work well. They got a nice arc to them. Lovely.
£39, 10 ounces. A fish known as trees. Got a double barbule on one side. Lovely scales down by the tail. What a fish and what a start. 2 runs on peach rods. I can't claim this one, obviously. Bit of a no man's fish because I doubt Pete will want to claim it either when he wasn't here. We'll flip it round, show the other side and then get some stills. How about that?
So I had to nip out for a couple of hours just to sort some business at home. Sod's law, while I was away, I got a phone call from Liam after about an hour saying, your left-hand rod's gone, there's one in the net. Unfortunately, it's like a no man's fish. It was on my rods and Liam caught it, so it's nobody's fish, but it's always nice to get them on the bank. Really looking forward to what else we can get out of here, but we are feeling positive. I've quickly just got rods wrapped up back on the spot. But yeah, can't believe it. Left him for 2 hours. He's caught on my new rods that I ain't been caught on yet. Coming to the first evening now, almost at an end. We've come into the cabin now, sticking the TV on. We'll watch a bit of fishing on YouTube. And we've got an absolutely beautiful, stunning view of the lake. It's lovely to watch your rods on the TV.
Yeah, you can't beat it.
Receiver on the table with the hope of a beep, but I'm fairly confident we'll let our alarm tonight.
Yeah, we're still seeing a little bit of knocking on the marker poles, so it's slowed down a bit, but they're definitely still out there.
I mean, that does beat you up through the day. There's 2 marker poles out in the swim, 14.5 wraps, 17.5 wraps, so you can both put some bait on an aim at if you wish. And all of today, you can see it's being battered around, so you know they're on there. Just gets frustrating that you're not catching. But yeah, it's nice to know they're there.
If you are coming onto the avenue, into the luxury lodge, get the bait out there. Honestly,
Yeah,
I don't think you can give him enough bait in here. I really don't. Pete will enjoy his beer. I'll enjoy my cup of tea, and we'll chill out for the night. Cheers.
Good luck. So, second morning, it's about 9 o'clock. We just sat there, watching a bit of TV, and the rod's just absolutely gone into meltdown.
Drop a take, wouldn't it there? Feel good?
Yeah, feels good.
Yeah. That was a lovely bite as well, just one bloop and we both sort of sat up like, what was that?
What was that?
And
Yeah,
also,
then melted off by the time I got to the rod it was.
we both looked up and looked in the kitchen. Oh, it's just bleeped.
He didn't come off the bottom since I started this battle.
Ooh, it's a nice fish that, mate.
It's a good fish.
You
It's
mean
not one of the super big ones in here, but it's still, by any means, a big fish.
give me a prediction?
I haven't properly looked at it yet, but without looking at it, from what from the battle, low 40s
Yeah.
as a guess. But I'm gonna have another look now, and I'll tell you what I think.
Go on then, I'm gonna say, I think it might just make 40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you do catch a fish at the avenue, first things first, once you netted it, pop it into the net station here. It secures the net while you get everything sorted. Once it's rested and you're ready to move forward, take your sling that's provided on the peg, place it in the water. We're going to break the net down, we're going to move the fish across, we're going to pull it up, and we're going to make sure all the fins, everything's flat at the bottom, nothing's sticking out before we lift it out of the water and take it to the mat. And that's where you're going to treat it with any sort of propolis where the hooks have been. £41.7.
There you go.
Another tip, the mats they use here are great. So if you take the actual mat out of the cradle and bring it in, it acts as like a flotation safety net so you won't lose your fish when you're doing your photos. £41.7. What a fish. absolutely buzzing. Both my rods are at the water though, but I do want to get them back out there. Simple fluoro rig, match the hatch dumbbell wafter, has done it again. Yes, get in. Woo! Always let them rest and they'll go when they're ready. Just keep them supported. There we go. We're going to reset the rods and get some more bait out there. And hopefully we can keep repeating the process. Get in.
And that's the mix all done. We're ready to go and feed the fish now. It's the exact same mix as yesterday, only today we've added sweet corn and hemp. So all that's left to do now is liquid liver from the RH baits range. This is really potent stuff. So for about 15 to 18 kilo of bait, we're only going to put about a third of this bottle in. So that's all the bait in now over the 3 areas, complete rinse and repeat from yesterday. All 4 rods have gone out. Pete's gone exactly the same, one either side of his marker. I've got one still on the marker, but I have moved my left-hand rod onto the island that we baited up yesterday, and I've done the same again today with the bait. So that's a completely new spot that's not seen a rig yet. So hopefully that can get me on the scoreboard. But yeah, just sit back and relax for a little bit now. We've just put a pizza in the oven again, third pizza in 2 days, but we're on holiday, ain't we? So we're gonna get that munched and then hopefully we get into some fish.
So that's food all finished. It's been sat outside watching the water. We've got really, really strong southwesterly blowing in here now. The pressure is the lowest it's ever been all session. We've just got the bait all out. The rods are all on the spot. It's literally looking perfect for a bite. Another thing to tell you is that 41.7 that I did catch is a new 40 and I do get to name it. So I'm well chuffed about that. So I will have a name by the end of this session. Still thinking of one. But yeah, it's looking really good. Really overcast, strong southwesterly, low pressure, baited areas, simple but effective rigs. It's looking really good. So we've just been sat outside the lodge having a chat. Liam's not long lost one on his right rod. And then my left rod's just gone, slowly coming in. I need to go by that island too far. Yes. Two and a half. Lovely. Let's go look at him. Stunning, lovely little fish. One of the stockies. 55 was put in here, which makes up 25% of the stock. Ready to grow on for the future. Anything under, just being disturbed by the planes here at Cosford, but anything under 40 pounds, you can take photos on the bank, so that's what we're going to do now. Once that's happened, I'll show you the other side. Here's the other side. You can already see the shoulders on them. Looks in great condition though. Get in, another fish to add to the tally. We'll get this one back, get a new rig on, fresh bait, and we'll get it back on that baited area. Whew. Thank you very much. The shoulders on it though. Get in. That's fish number 3 for me. They've all been caught on the same rig, simple fluoro D rig, all the way through to a match the hatch simply red wafter. It's basically what we've been baiting up with, so I always fish the same over the top. Seems to be doing the work for me. We'll head over to Liam now. As I said when I was holding that fish earlier, that he recently lost one, so I'll let Liam take you through that.
Yeah, so like Pete said, I have lost one, which on a venue like this is absolutely heartbreaking. My right-hand rod, it's peeled off. Where I'm fishing on the left-hand marker, there is a bar about 5 foot behind it. I've dropped the lead instantly on the take. The fish has gone up the bar, it showed on the surface, and it's used it to spit the hook. Rob was sat behind us, and he told me that it was an absolute monster. He saw it show, which is even more heartbreaking. But I'm trying to look at the positives. The rod's gone, the spot works, my rig works. Felt a bit dejected really that it hasn't gone when Pete's had so much action. So trying to take the positives, moving forward, hopefully I can put one on the bank. Another brilliant little feature of the cabin, but once your bin bag's full, if you take it outside, up the track, where you park the vehicles, there's a silver bin there, open it up, drop your bin bags in there to save having any rubbish laid out outside of the cabin. The lads will come and collect that at the end of your session. So evening's rolling in now. I'm sat here because I've had a couple of bleeps on that left-hand rod over by the margin. I mean, I'm back-leaded, so I'm not fully convinced that it's anything on the spot, but at the moment, I'll take any little bit of a indication to bump my confidence up. So I'm sat here eagerly anticipating that rod ripping off. So after having a couple of bleeps on that left-hand rod, I decided to investigate it because the bobbin had pulled up and stayed up. It hadn't gone back down after the second bleep. I've brought it in, nothing there, but there was a lot of weed around the hook, so I've opted to make a bit of a tactical change. I'm going to fish the Gemini Tidy Boom for the combi rig with one of the RH baits, Simply Red pop-ups, 12mm. That should just sit nicely above any weed that is over there, and hopefully the fish can pick that up then, and I can finally put one on the bank. Yeah, money.
That's me, all showered and fresh. I feel good. Really looking forward to some food. We're going to put it in the oven now, cook it up, eat it together at the table. Both looking forward to this. Liam's just jumped in the shower now. I'm on rod duty if anything happens. But yeah, we're having a barbecue chicken bacon and potato bake. Oh, smells delicious. And we're having some TGI oven chips to go with it. It does serve 4 apparently, this barbecue chicken and bacon and potato bake, but I'm sure me and Liam will deal with that along with those chips. But yeah, once it gets out, that should be done, and then we're gonna have a feast. Oh mate, looking forward to this.
Cheers. Cheers to some monsters.
To some monsters. Better have a drink first then. To a 65.
It would be nice. They're out there. Yeah, if the fish could give us 20 minutes to finish this off. Yeah, once you've lived this life of luxury on the bank, it's going to be very difficult to get back to the bivvy. All the home comforts.
I know.
Nice hot pepper shower. Then sit down at the table with some warm food.
So we're heading into the second night now. Darkness is incoming quickly. We had a good scran earlier, well happy with that. We've just been sat outside now, watching the water, watching our marker posts, and they've been getting battered by fish. You know, they'd be on my marker post, and then 10 minutes later they'd be on Liam's. And you know, you just sit here sometimes thinking, am I getting done? Or have you just got to literally wait, sit on your hands and wait for them to take it? But we'll soon find out in the morning. I think there might still be a fair bit of bait out there that they're picking off. I don't think it'll be long before hopefully they pick up our baits. But yeah, second evening, second night, darkness incoming. I think the camera's going to go away until the morning unless we get a fish. And yeah, we're just going to probably enjoy the last bit of light we got and then jump into the cabin, stick the TV on and get our chill on. Right and rod, 1 o'clock in the morning. We've been told that night bites are a bit unusual, but this is the second one I've had this session. Whew. And this one is 41.8. He's not very happy at the moment. We'll get him up in a minute. There we go. What a colossal unit. 41.8. Same tactic, rinse and repeat. Fluoro D-rig, match the hatch dumbbell wafter, right hand rod on the spot, really close to the mark pole, and it's produced this at night. Got me out of bed, heart racing, absolute great battle, one I won't forget. And that's another 40 on the tally. Get in. We'll slip it back though because I want to get back in bed, I'm absolutely shattered.
Nice. 19 on the button. Right, then I'm finally off the mark. Not the biggest by any stretch of the imagination. One of the little stockies at £19. But my God, it feels good to be holding a fish off my rod. And what a little character it is. Really scaly, probably never been caught before. Just to hear my alarm go and be bent into one is a brilliant feeling. So the future, as you can see, is really bright here at the Avenue. What a little stunner. Slip her back and hopefully go for a bigger one. No messing about. Right, we'll do a proper morning update in a couple of hours and we'll explain what's happened throughout the night. But for now, we need to get back in our beds because we've had a couple of hours sleep between us and we are absolutely shattered. Get me to that bed. So 6 o'clock in the morning, I think we managed to get a grand total of about another hour's sleep since that 19-pounder. And that same rod, the left-hand rod over on the island with a combi rig, has gone again. So it's definitely bigger than the last one. Ooh. Oh, yes. Oh. And it's definitely a better fish. Not one of the monsters still, but they're progressively getting bigger. And to be honest, I'm just so excited to get some fish on the bank. We're gonna get her sorted now, get her up on the mat and we'll show you what we've got. So a moment of truth, I'm guessing mid-20. And that is 27.2. So not far off. They're getting bigger, that's all that matters. So fish number 2 for me. But they're absolute brutes in here. 27 pound, but it's got the potential to be anything it wants to be. Left hand rod, like I've said, over on the island. It's really starting to produce the goods now. Stunning fish, lovely shape, lovely scales. Oh, get on the avenue, come on. So it's 11 wraps to the little alcove on the island that we've been baiting up. I'm trying to be really accurate with it. Absolute money.
Good morning, we're on to the third day. Last night was a productive one. We had a £41, £19 and a £27. Conditions are looking good, although we have got a thunderstorm coming in at some point this afternoon. But we're starting the day right. Liam's just knocking up some bacon sausage sandwiches just to give us some energy because we're going to spam some bait out today. Buzzing, good night, lovely morning, bit of breakfast and some more nice chills. So we're just cooking breakfast. Halfway through some bacon and sausage in the oven. A couple of bleeps on the right rod and then into a one toner. So yeah, back into another fish. There's another one on the bank. This time, £27 bang on, I'd say there. Happy days. Another one on the bank. The Evans have opened, but just been rewarded with this just before breakfast. £27 bang on. Lovely fish. Got some shoulders going in nice and early. Same tactics again. I haven't changed a thing because it's working, but the rain is definitely coming down now, so we're going to get some pictures. We'll get it back in the water. There we go. Things are starting to come together. Some numbers on the board now. So just finished our 2 bacon and sausage sandwiches. 17.5 wraps to the marker on the right side. I'm about a foot either side of the marker where we poured the bait in. So yeah, let's get it back out. I think the rain's going to hold off for about another hour or two, hopefully, looking at those clouds, and fingers crossed we get another one on the bank. So yeah, last night was a busy one. We both shattered, broken sleep. I think I managed to go back to bed for a couple of hours this morning at about 6 till 8. Liam chose not to, didn't think he'd sleep, but now he's paying for it. Liam's hit the sack. But this afternoon we've been quite busy. At 12 o'clock we spent about 90 minutes. We had a bucket each and we just spommed over our markers. So the bait is back out there. I'm just waiting for them to start knocking to show us they're back in the swim. But yeah, we both refreshed our rods. They're all back out on the dance floor now with a lot of bait around them. And all we can do now is sit and wait and hopefully this rinse repeat technique is going to work again. And as you can see, I'm on the carp chair. There is some lovely outside furniture here at the avenue, but with the weather we've been having, these first few days have been on and off rain. It's safe, keep putting the cushions in and out. We've just moved to the side and left the cushions in out from the elements, and we've just used our day chairs. But I'm just going to jump back inside now. I've been watching the water for a while. I haven't seen any sort of signs yet, but it doesn't take them long to move back on them poles. But I'm going to jump back in the cabin, and I think I'm going to tie about another 4 to 6 rigs ready, just in case tonight is the same as last night.
So we've just caught the tail end of a storm. It's passed us over now. It looks absolutely incredible out there for a bite. So I've persevered with my 2 rods on the pole today because Rob says that he thinks the bigger fish will come out of off the 2 poles. The island will do more fish, but the smaller fish. But as being as I had 2 fish off that island spot yesterday, this morning, so I'm gonna now reel that one in and put it back on the island ready for tomorrow morning. So we'll get that done now, get it wrapped up out on the spot. So peaceful.
Sat out here, we've got a lovely cloud cover coming over.
Yeah.
I'll keep the temperature up.
The moon keeps peeping its head out of the clouds and then disappearing behind another cloud. It's lovely.
We'd have a bit of a problem if the sun kept popping his head up.
We would at this time of night. I don't think it's going to be a light one tonight, just in case we do end up adding to.
Yeah, I'm still tired from this morning and last night. I'm quite looking forward to an earlier night.
Yeah, we definitely need to get some sleep just in case.
We'll sit out here for another hour or so and then probably get an early night. So, good morning. Unfortunately, nothing to report last night, which I thought was very unusual. I did think one of us was going to have one, or early doors. It's now about 10 to 8, still well within bite time. But myself, I had a pre-booked event. I'm off out today for the day with my family. We're going out for the day. So I'm going to be leaving you in the capable hands of Liam. Hopefully you can get some on the bank throughout today. We've got some good conditions. Should be dry all day. And yeah, so I'm going to be out for the day, but I'll be back tonight. So I'll leave you with Liam and hopefully I'll come back to some good news.
So I've just made up a little mix. Rob's on his way round. We're going to go back out on the boat and top the spots up again. I think I'm going to utilise the fact that Pete isn't here today and one of my rods is going to go onto the right-hand marker, the other one on the left-hand marker, because the right-hand marker has definitely been the more prolific spot since we've been here. So I'm going to take full advantage of him not being here and try and winkle one out. So that's all the bait out on the spots now. Rob has said that on the first day of your session, when you book the luxury cabin, he'll take you out on the boat to put any bait in that you want to put in. He said, and then he may well do it once or twice throughout the week. So advice would be definitely to get on that first day, get as much bait out there as you can, and then sit on it for a few days. They definitely do tend to spook off the spom. So as much bait you can get out there, stealthy as possible, it will definitely give you an edge. He said a lot of the syndicate members do the same thing. They'll turn up, they'll put all the bait out on the first day and then they'll just sit on it. They won't move the rigs, they won't do anything. So that's definitely the way to go. So I'm just sat here now looking over the water. I've probably got about an hour left before Pete gets back. So just one more hour to utilise that marker pole on the right hand side. To be honest, I did think maybe having 2 lines out of the water today, taking that pressure away, would have helped, but probably seeing the least activity out there that we have the whole session. So can't really see what that's down to. We've sort of rinsed and repeated this morning everything we've done, same rigs, same baiting approach, same tactics. They just seem to have turned off the feed a little bit, I think. Far less showing, far less movement on the poles, but we're still in bite time, so I'm still confident it could happen out of the blue.
So I'm back from my outing with the family, back on the lake. We've just finished getting the rods out really quick just before the dark comes in. Buzzing to be back, and hopefully we're in for an action-filled night. Plenty of sleep last night, ready for a busy one tonight. Fingers crossed we get a few. It was Harry's birthday yesterday and he's kindly dropped off some birthday cake for us to eat. Looks absolutely delicious.
You bring the cake, I'll take the booze.
So we finished a cup of tea and that lovely birthday cake from Harry. And I've just been sat outside there, the cabin. It's about 1 AM. I'm going to give it 10 more minutes. We've had a couple of bits of action at this time over the last few days, so I thought I'll wait out and with the hope it happens again. But I think I'm going to give it 5 or 10 more minutes, then I'm going to go and jump, hit the sack, and hopefully be awoken by the lovely sound of an R3. So that's not quite the alarm that you want to be woken up by. Yeah, it does seem to have kind of slowed up a little bit, which, you know, I think because we started off so well, our expectations went right up here when it's not really an easy water at all. But like you say, if you get it right, you can get them. So I think, yeah, we're going to get some more bait, make a few adaptations to the rigs, and see if we can trip at least 1 or 2 more up just to seal the trip. I think today's conditions are quite ideal, so yeah, I think once we get a nice bed of baiting, quite accurate to our marker poles, we get our rods nice and tight onto it, all we can do then is sit and hope. That's all 4 rods out. They've been out there about an hour and a half now. The bait's been in about a couple hours. We put a nice little mix up of pellet, casters, corn, and we mixed it all up and we put that on the spots. The ruling here is on the avenue that you can use casters, but in Rob's words, they can't be moving. You could be in trouble, so just be very wary. But you can use casters. They're quite expensive, but I think if you're at a place like this with big fish and you really want to get them feeding and you want to try and get an advantage, then I think it's what's making a difference, because since we put it in, it's been a couple hours and the poles are knocking again. It's always a good sign that the poles are moving. There's fish in the area, and I'm hoping with this, it's a bit more overcast today. We've got a wind blowing in again. So yeah, it's looking promising. Hopefully it gives it that edge and we can get a few more of these residents on the bank. Shortly, Rob and Harry will be down to do a little piece to camera about the stock levels here and what's going forward and the future plans for this lake, so that'll be quite interesting for you to see.
Well, the casters have certainly worked the magic. We've just been sat outside watching the markers, so a couple of fish show between the 2 markers. Most activity we saw for 2 days without a shadow of a doubt. And my right hand rod, which is on the marker, has just peeled into life. I ain't seen it yet properly. It's a good fish, that, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's long.
Yep. Oh. In the net.
Oh, mate.
Let's take a look. Late 30 possibly.
Oh, man.
I think could go bigger, mate. I don't know. It's hard to
Mate,
tell.
I don't know how good that feels, man. Oh.
Yeah.
Come on. Yes! 41 on the nose. 40 pound. 40 pound. Literally just under 41. Like an ounce under 41. 40 pound 15. Oh my God. Right. My head has gone. Where are we going? Where are we going? Put the camera down, come on, where are we going? Yeah, come on, where are we going? Right, so for this place, this isn't one of the big ones, but for me, £40, 15 ounces, it's a new personal best. I've grafted hard this week. I've really tried. I didn't think it was going to happen. And then out of the blue, this absolute monster has made my trip. £40 and 15 ounces. Oh. So if you want to be holding up monsters like this, head over to the website www.rhfisheries.com. Get onto the avenue, get it booked up. Because there are plenty of these to go at. Get in. Off she goes. Oh, honestly, the relief. Yes! Get in. I'm still smiling like a Cheshire cat, and I think I will be for a long time. Personal best before this was £39 in a couple of ounces from Linear Fisheries, and still plenty of bigger ones out there. But yeah, I'm not even thinking about that now. I'm just chuffed, absolutely chuffed. I've spent the last 3 years catching plenty of fish, doing these videos, doing my personal fishing, and I've not managed to catch a 30 pounder for 3 years. I felt like I've been cursed, but the curse has officially been lifted, and I'm a member of the 40s club.
Whee!
Buckets tomorrow. Rob and Harry will be happy because they'll be able to absolutely drown us, which I'll take it all day long. Still plenty of time to go as well. Is it 2 buckets if you beat your personal best twice?
Yeah.
There we go then. Right, get this rod back on the spot because they're still out there. Well, in an absolute bizarre turn of events, we've sent the pictures from my capture just over to Harry, who is the absolute god at recognising fishes in any of the RH waters, and he just wrote a text back saying, "Do you recognise it?" to Pete.
Slightly confused by it because I thought, why would I? I then opened up the photos from the capture Saturday night, and lo and behold, it was the carp that I got to name as a new 40. And I did decide to call it Kaizen because I've had some new rods. I've had the new Kaizen rods. And Rob said, you know, probably a good name to call it Kaizen. It made sense, so yeah, called it Kaizen, and lo and behold, it's out today.
But what is truly bizarre about it is it's one of the original stock of fish, and that is only the 4th time it's ever been caught. So before us, it had only been caught twice previous, obviously below 40 pound, and then it's turned up in twice in 2 and a bit days.
So it's obviously troughing.
I mean, we'd weighed it a little bit less than what it was when Pete had it, but to be honest, it was flicking between 41 an ounces and just under 41. So, but there we go, there we have it.
It's crazy that it's come out twice in 2 days.
One of the most
caught 4 times.
One of the most bizarre things that's happened to us.
Get your own fish, man.
4 captures total, and then it comes out twice, 2 separate rods.
What it was, when I was holding it on Saturday, I get a little whisper in his ear and said, look, you're going to have to come back in a couple of days, get yourself over there, because you know, you're going to have to make his trip.
I appreciate it.
Nah, buzzing.
Certainly has made my trip. Just looking over the lake now with this wind hacking into this corner, and it looks absolutely prime for it.
Yeah, it is tanking in here. Does boost your confidence, doesn't it? All the rods went out perfect as well. Optimum conditions.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that isn't bang on for us at the minute is the air pressure. It's a little bit high, but we've had a 40 pounder today, so who knows what's next.
Fingers crossed tomorrow, mate, the weather's all right if we're getting these 2 buckets in the morning.
I wouldn't fancy one right now, if I'm being honest with you. I've not checked the weather, but a bit of sunshine wouldn't go amiss, would it?
You're first.
But I'm first for the bucket.
Yep.
I think we're both having the bucket at the same time, mate.
No, you first.
No, I think we both stood there in the middle of the peg and they can just chuck buckets at us. The upside of it is we can jump straight in there, have a hot shower, get changed, and then it's home time, unfortunately.
I reckon there's going to be a response time of about 3.5 seconds tonight when that alarm goes.
You expecting a busy night then?
Well, I'm hoping anyway. If it ain't busy, we've had a few fish, haven't we? 50, a few 40s, 30, a couple of 20s, and I think there's a little stocky in there as well. Had a good mix. One more though, I reckon there's one more in it at least.
Right, we're here with Peter and Liam at the luxury cabin on the Avenue. They're filming for us on behalf of their business Carp Interest. They've been here 7 nights now. Pete has, Liam 6. They've had 10 fish, lost a couple. A double, a few 20s, 4 40s I think, and a 53 common. So what can you expect when you come to the Avenue? I would say that's a pretty good session. You could have been luckier with the size of fish because there's a huge amount of big fish in here, but it's not easy like all waters, it can be tricky. So we're going to go through the stock in a minute. Harry's far more clued up on it than me, as all the members will tell you, so if I get it wrong, he'll correct me. But a little bit of background to the fishery. It was dug in 2008. We had a dream of building a carp lake at our own home. We had permission to get 18 acres, but we ran out of clay, so we settled for 10.5 acres. In later years, we did the fish farm next door. We stocked it with just young fish, doubles and the odd 20, and all the syndicate who joined at the start, some of the members are still with us to this day, watched the fish grow to the sizes they are today. We've got about 69 young stockies that went in last year, Haz?
October 2023.
There you go, he's like an encyclopedia. So they're all sort of 18 to 27 now. You've had one of them, 27. A couple of years before that, we put 2 lots of big rig babies in.
Yeah, it was the year before, so
22?
2022, and we put 20 in November 2019. So they were spaced apart, but they've grown just as well.
And they're all 35 to 45 now. So there's 40 of those.
Yeah, 40 in
Yeah,
total, yeah.
and then the original stock that we started with in 2008, there's 110-ish left.
Yeah, I would say so, yeah.
Yeah, and it's probably a fair comment to say, of the 110 original fish, nearly every single one's over 40.
Yeah, and the lads have caught 2 new 40s this week as well, so it's nice to see.
Oh, well, there you go. So the number's growing all the time. So there's a ridiculous rather head of 40s. You just got to catch them because they can be tricky. The lads will show you during the film, the markers have been dancing, singing, and almost sinking, rather not singing, almost sinking. And at times, the bobbins have just been motionless. You think, what on earth's going on? And then you suddenly get a bite out of the blue. But the big fish, we've got 13 currently in here over 50 pound, 2 of which were last caught over 64 pound. But we've got quite a few very high 50s. We've got a 58.12, we've got a 58.5. And then we've also got an awful lot of high 40s in the 48, 49. So the numbers are changing all the time, but that's the factual stock that's in here at the moment. And then we've got big plans for stocking in the next sort of 6 to 8 months, haven't we?
Yeah, we've got 3 fish in particular, which we think will be over 55 pound, hopefully, which we'll be stocking this November 2025. And they're a mixture of mirrors and commons, so we're really excited to see what we're going to be putting in the Avenue. And we're also going to be putting in probably 50 20-pounders. They might be 20 to 25. They're an amazing batch of young fish. They're only 4-year-olds, so we're hoping that the future's going to be bright with those, and also introducing some massive fish as well. That this is going to keep the Avenue really, really prolific with not just big fish, but young fish coming through that are going to be the future as well.
Yeah, we want to try and keep them competing for the bait. So when you book the luxury cabin on the Avenue, you can not be shy, put plenty of bait in. These lads will tell you some days they've put up to 30 kilos in a day. Obviously, they've got the access to the boat once or twice during the week that will go out and feed for them, so you get a lot of bait in quickly. But as Harry says, and then we've also got our latest project, the indoor tank. All the fish he's mentioned are grown outdoors, but we've got a very special fully scaled, a very special zip linear that could be anything of 50 upwards next year. They're all going to go into the Avenue, along with a few absolute stunning scalies. So there's a huge stocking programme underway that will continue to develop for future stock of the Avenue. So that's a quick rundown on what you can expect and hope to catch.
So I've already made a start on this trip's edit. Really looking forward to putting this one together. Got a lot of good footage, really excited for it. Unfortunately, we have reached the final night of our session. We are off tomorrow. But it's not ended just yet. Still things could happen. But yeah, final night. We're about to stick the TV on, start to wind down. And yeah, hopefully something magic happens. But if not, we'll catch up with you in the morning.
Final morning of the session then, nothing happens through the night. It looked really good for it as we went into darkness, but unfortunately nothing happened. But Rob and Harry have just turned up with buckets, so I think we're about to get wet, Pete.
Right, Harry, what do you reckon? It's been a pleasure having Liam and Pete here from Carp Interest, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been fantastic. You've had some amazing fish as well over the week session. So, new PBs. Yeah. Pete, what was yours?
£53.
£53 common.
Liam?
£40.15 mirror.
Awesome. I think that sums it up. I think you come to the Avenue for the realistic chance of a PB. It's not a big hit venue, but got a realistic chance of a PB. And in true carp fishing tradition, when you catch a PB, it's a wrap.
Well done.
Might I get another bite now? Can you swim? Yeah, 17,
Fresh, isn't it?
17.5 degrees, that's all the water is. Got to do it, didn't you? Hey? You forgot it. Oh, it's still filming. No.
He's a breath to
The longer you leave it, the further it's going. It's like it's the knockout, isn't it?
This is the exercise done for the week as well.
I'll give you a hand out if I'm not coming anywhere near the water's edge. There you go. Got to be done, boys.
The athlete.
Well done.
Thank you very much. Oh my God, what's the chance? What is the chance? What is the chance after all that? I told you it happened. It's unbelievable how it happened. Honestly, it's absolutely mad. Video's finished. The lads have had the buckets for the PBs. We're just about to reel in. I said, leave them in till the last minute. You never know in carp fishing. And unbelievable. We're all chatting, totally ignoring the rods because Liam's just been chucked in. I thought there's no chance of another bite. And bugger me, Pete's in. It's moved a lot of water.
A hell of a lot of water.
And Harry reckons this could be a real big one. That's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Well, that's a lucky omen for the day.
I know, yeah, I might throw him in the lake more often. Is it really that fish you think it is?
Yeah, he's always right. Yeah.
Well done.
It's a great big leather.
Oh, my forearm's burning.
Stack 100%.
Yeah.
Black spot on him.
Yeah, so he's right, yeah.
Wow.
She's last time out she was 50 plus.
Not bad, that, is it?
Oh, what an end to the trip. If it's over 53, do I get another bucket?
Well, we're legging and winging you in.
Oh.
I think she, where was she? What was she last caught at?
She was last caught at Flinty, had her on the nose.
Yeah.
Depends if she spawned next to have spawned.
Yeah, she could be close. Depends how much she put on in between.
What was the PB mirror?
48.
This is an amazing looking fish. $49.6. He spawned a little bit.
So what we thought was the end of the session, turned out it wasn't. We've got the gentleman building the new shed that's coming on the avenue. Just threw Liam in the lake and we thought all hope was lost, but whilst we're having a bit of camaraderie on the bank, my right hand rod just melted off, and literally he's presenting me with Decker. Oh, at a colossal weight, 49.6. So it's a new PB mirror for me. Can't even get my words out. What a fish. Get in. Been an absolutely amazing session. The guys here are actually been amazing. Couldn't have asked for a better trip. Oh, I can feel him moving now. What a fish. Get in. What a trip.
Well, you couldn't have written it. It was just beyond belief how we packed up, already done the buckets, done the whole lot. I said, leave them in, you never know. It's rattled off and he's had a PB mirror. Ready, lads? Yeah. So he's got to have it again. And to be honest, Liam, I think you need a bit of a revenge, mate. I'm not sure the buckets are enough. You need to go home now. Well, you got some dry clothes left. Happy days.
What a session me and Liam had here at the cabin and the avenue. It's been a few weeks now, but we're both still absolutely buzzing. But I thought I'd come back down and show you the finished product, the shed, which is going to be used for your daytime stuff like your chairs, maybe your waders, anything that's wet, maybe a little bit dirty that you want to keep out the cabin. This has been purpose built to store all of those items. We have here electric, so you've got a light inside. You've got a work surface, which you can store all your baits, maybe tie some rigs if you want to keep the cabin a bit cleaner. You've got a couple of plugs, a chest freezer, large one to keep all your baits, plenty of floor space for your chairs, any wet equipment, and you've also got hooks on the wall, which you can hang your waders from, or keep anything in here you want to keep dry if it's raining outside. So there's the new addition to the cabin. Keep your stuff organised. But like I said earlier, me and Liam are itching to get back on here. There's quite a few residents out there that we both want to get our hands on. But overall, we absolutely loved our week. All the staff here at RH made it a great stay. Like I say, looking forward to getting back on. But if you did like the video, guys, make sure to like and subscribe, follow the journey, and we'll see you soon.